Hello and welcome to EFD, where today we're looking at 10 young players who could have phenomenal seasons in 2017-18. 10. Álvaro Morata. We begin with a player who has been threatening to explode for some years now. Despite putting in match-winning performances in the Champions League while at Juventus and boasting one of the best goal-to-games ratios in Europe after returning to Madrid, Álvaro Morata couldn't secure a regular first-team place at the Bernabeu and moved to Chelsea this summer. The Spanish striker has a big task of filling the boots of Diego Costa, who is vital to both of the Blues' title wins in recent years. But hitting the net shouldn't be a problem. He averaged over a goal every 90 minutes last season, while his 63% shot accuracy dwarfs his countrymen's. Morata will also be getting exceptional service, and if he can form a relationship anywhere near as strong as Costa had with assist king Cesc Fabregas, we could see him challenge Lukaku and Kane to the race to become the league's top scorer. 9. Nélson Semedo. Perhaps the best news of the summer is that the Bellerin to Barca saga is finally over, as the Catalans admitted defeat and signed Benfica youngster Nélson Semedo. The Portuguese already has a handful of caps for his country, and at 23 has 2 titles and Champions League experience. Like Bellerin, Semedo is lightning quick and keen to get involved in the attack, managing 6 assists from right-back spot last season. For context, that's the same number of assists as Dani Alves grabbed when Barca won the treble in 2015. A rangy athlete, Semedo is the rare defender who can fulfill Barca's insane demands, and he even wins nearly 60% of his aerial duels, meaning the Blaugrana may finally have fixed one of their most glaring weaknesses. In 10 years, we might say that the €30 million price tag was a bargain. 8. Ángel Correa. Before the summer, things looked good for Ángel Correa. Antonio Griezmann was set to leave for Man United, giving the 22-year-old a long overdue shot at the starting berth, after making just 10 starts for Atletico Madrid in the 16-17 La Liga campaign. But in those limited minutes, Correa has shown some serious ability. The Argentinian got 4 goals and 8 assists in around 1,200 minutes, a rate of a goal or assist every 103 minutes, way better than Griezmann's 127 minutes. He also completes a huge 3.4 dribbles a game, more than Alexis Sanchez, and makes an effort on the defensive end, regaining possession nearly 3 times a game, around the same as Nemanja Matic. Able to play on either wing or as number 10, Correa needs to break into Simeone's plans this year, or find himself a move away from Madrid. 7. Anthony Martial. Making our list for negative reasons is Anthony Martial. The Frenchman is clearly Man United's best young talent, but struggled to get game time last season, playing just 1,500 minutes to the 2,600 he got in the previous campaign. But when he appeared, Martial put in a strong showing. His chances created and dribbles completed stayed much the same as the previous year, while his shots leapt up, and his 4 goals and 6 assists meant he directly contributed to a goal every 155 minutes, a big improvement on the 175 minutes in his first season at Old Trafford. However, the future isn't bright, with Jose Mourinho giving Marcus Rashford more playing time than his French counterpart and now making a concerted effort to bring in more experienced wide options. If Martial doesn't get chances this year, expect to see him demanding a transfer in 2018. 6. Memphis Depay. Once again, Man United are hunting for an elite left winger in the summer transfer window, just 6 months after letting one leave for Lyon. Memphis Depay has exploded since his switch to France, grabbing 7 assists and 5 goals over the back half of this season, and contributing to a goal for Les Gons every 95 minutes. While Mourinho debates paying as much as £50 million for Ivan Perisic, Depay's numbers have blown the Croatians away, creating more chances, taking more shots and completing more dribbles than the Inter Milan in every game. And with the Dutchman having joined United back in 2014, it's easy to forget that he's only just turned 23, 5 years younger than Perisic. An enormous physical talent, Memphis will surely be given more freedom next year after the departure of Alexander Lacazette for Arsenal. If he has a stellar campaign, United may well regret selling him to a team in France, where buyback clauses are illegal. 5. Boschilia. I take it you've not heard of 21-year-old Monaco attacker Gabriel Boschilia. After a stellar 2016-17, all eyes are on Monaco for the next young superstar, and the departure of Bernardo Silva gives Boschilia a path to the senior team, despite an ACL injury in February. The Brazilian signed from Sao Paulo in 2015 and was then loaned out to Standard Liège before returning to the Principality, where he was a small but vital part of their title triumph. In under 450 league minutes, that's less than 5 full games, he scored 6 goals and assisted 2 more, meaning he was involved in a goal every 55 minutes while completing 2.4 dribbles a game. Unless Boschilia turns out to be the greatest player of all time, that rate is likely to slow down. But there's plenty to be excited about. Boschilia looks quite similar to a young Premier League star, who played just 500 minutes back in 2013-14. Both forwards take more than 4 shots per 90, a great sign, and both produce good creative numbers, with 1.5 chances made per match. The other player? Harry Kane. 4. Jean-Kévin Augustin. Paris Saint-Germain are the only big club in Paris, so you'd expect to see some gems coming through their academy, and Jean-Kévin Augustin shines brighter than most. A native of the French capital, Augustin joined PSG at 12, spending 8 years at the club before RB Leipzig swooped for him in July 2017. A bargain at €13 million, Augustin barely played for the Parisians last year, but showed talent at getting chances in good positions. With 3.1 shots inside the box per game, he led the French league and racked up frightening numbers as a youth international, netting 20 in 25 for the Little Blues. The signs look good for Leipzig, and Augustin announced his arrival in Germany with a hat-trick on his unofficial debut in a 7-0 rout of Dessau. As the Red Bulls face a first season of European competition, they'll need the 20-year-old to hit the ground running. 3. Tammy Abraham. After a great year in the Championship, Tammy Abraham will get his shot at the big time this year, joining Swansea on loan for the season. He scored an incredible 23 goals and got 3 assists last term, and was the only player under 25 to finish in the top 10 scorers in the Championship, perhaps to be expected in a rough and physical division. Abraham is just 19, but he has every gift you could want in a young forward. 6'4", fast and skillful, every single one of the Englishman's goals last season came inside the 18-yard box, showing his ability to find space in dangerous areas. In fact, he attempted just 8 shots from range all year, showing a mature decision-making unusual at his age. A year as a Premier League side's first-choice striker could see Abraham's value skyrocket. Because he signed a new deal before he travelled to Wales, he may have to spend a few years as Álvaro Morata's backup, once back at Chelsea. 2. Daniele Rugani. One man, and perhaps the only man, celebrating Leonardo Bonucci's Juventus exit this summer was Daniele Rugani. Now 22, the Italian has been the future of Juve for 5 years now, since he joined from Empoli for €4 million. With over 1,000 minutes last year, Rugani is well acquainted with the Allegri system, and while no one expects him to match up to Bonucci immediately, he looks promising. Standing at 6'3", Rugani is taller than Chiellini and Barzagli, but has nimble feet and great passing range, with 89% of his passes finding their man. With the Bianconeri conceding just 27 goals in 38 league games last season, the same as Atletico in La Liga, the bar is high for the youngster, and it won't help that his predecessor will be starring for AC Milan. 1. Gabriel Jesus. After a difficult first season in Manchester, many are expecting Pep Guardiola to truly stamp his authority on the Premier League in the 2017-18 season, and Gabriel Jesus could well be the star of the show. Despite only arriving in January and only turning 20 in April, Jesus has taken to life in England like a duck to water, scoring 7 goals in less than 700 league minutes and averaging an assist every 2 games as well. That trumps Neymar and is not too dissimilar to Messi's numbers last season. Most importantly though, his performances brought the future of Sergio Aguero into doubt, a man who has scored over 25 goals in 5 of his 6 seasons at Man City. With a 61% shot accuracy and a 57% take-on success rate, the Brazilian is beyond his years and looks like the all-action player Pep needs to lead his attack. With Iheanacho on his way out, Jesus is primed to be City's main man up top for the upcoming season, and we'll be surprised if he didn't live up to his earlier promise. So that was our top 10 players to watch out for the upcoming season, and if you've got any suggestions, let us know in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this, why not watch the new series, Stat Wars The Champions, where we take on guests from all over the world. This one was Chris Hamill versus Max Rushton. It's actually very good, it's really good. And as always, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, why not? And don't forget to like and subscribe.